drink that many Indians wake up to, and that's tea. India currently produces 30% of the world's supply, and nearly 80% of this is being consumed within the country itself.
पूरे वर्ल्ड में सबसे ज़्यादा चाय कंजप्शन होता है बेवरेजेस में। पीते अगर सबसे ज़्यादा कुछ लोग हैं तो पानी के बाद चाय सबसे ज़्यादा पी जाती है। इसलिए हम लोग को लगा चाय को मार्केट करना ज़्यादा टफ नहीं है, आप बहुत इजीली मार्केट कर सकते हो। चाय को सेल करने में इतनी बड़ी प्रॉब्लम नहीं जाएगी, तो हम लोगों ने चाय चूज़ किया।
Currently we are selling 4.5 lakh puller chai in a day. Nobody sells more than us in the entire planet.
Why not to create our own brand and then franchise to other people? Let's expand Indian brand to the global market.
Hi everybody. The economics of tea in India is one of the most fascinating concepts you will ever discover. And while most people only know tea as a beverage, what we often do not see is that it is an incredible product that can help you build a $1 million business. The question is, how can you build a $1 million business by selling this 10 to 15 rupees product? Well, that is exactly what I was wondering about. And as luck would have it, I got the opportunity to meet one of the smartest founders in the tea business of India, who goes by the name Anubhav Dubey. And his company, the Chai Sutta Bar, has become such a mammoth that today they serve 3 lakh cups of tea every single day. They have 485 stores spread all across the country. And as of 2022, they have achieved a combined revenue of around 150 crore rupees. The fun fact is that they've achieved this without raising a single penny from investors. And for the first time, Anubhav has revealed all the economics behind this business model specifically for the Think School community. So in this episode today, let's go deep and try to understand how on earth can you build a $1 million business by selling tea? What is the economics behind this business model? How is this business model of Chai Sutta Bar different from other tea selling companies? And most importantly, as students of business, what are the business lessons that we need to learn from Chai Sutta Bar? To understand the magic of this business model, we first have to understand the unit economics of chai. In 2023, this is what the unit economics of chai looks like. Milk costs 3.55 rupees a glass, tea leaves cost 0.78 rupees, spices cost 0.4 rupees, kullad costs 1.4 rupees, sugar costs 0.34 rupees a glass, and electricity costs 0.75 rupees. So this way, the total cost price of an Adrak chai at Chai Sutta Bar is 7.22 rupees and the selling price is 15 rupees. So the gross margin over here is 7.78 rupees. That's a 51.8% of gross margin. And this is after inflation, whereby in the past 5 to 7 years, the average cost of milk has increased by 34% and sugar has increased by 67%. But the question over here is, with each unit sold, you barely make 7.78 rupees. So even if you round it off to 8 rupees a cup and sell 1000 cups a day, you barely make 8000 rupees a day and 2.4 lakhs a month. So this is your gross margin, and as we all know, gross margins do not include the expenses of the employees, rent, maintenance, marketing, etc. So these expenses themselves will cost the store 1 to 1.5 lakh rupees. So if we take out 1.5 lakh rupees out of 2.4 lakhs in gross margins, we are barely left with 90,000 rupees in net profits. And this further gets divided between the franchise and the brand. So this profit is too less, right? Because had this been the economics of a small thela, it was pretty fine because you do not have to worry about the rent and the employee expenses. But with a store like Chai Sutta Bar, the expenses are just too high to run on just chai, right? On top of that, the challenge with tea is that during the summer, the consumption of tea goes down by 20%. So with a product with such wavering demand, and more importantly, with such a low cost product and high expense store, how on earth did Chai Sutta Bar achieve scale and profitability? Well, this is where we need to understand the 3 magical attributes of chai as a product. Firstly, chai is a low cost habit forming product. So once you fix tea in your routine, you're more likely to have it not once but twice in a day. One at the start of the day and one to have a refreshing evening. Secondly, tea is always had in groups. Whether you are a college student or a corporate professional, you always tend to have chai with a circle of friends. So by default, it attracts a higher footfall. And last and most importantly, tea and coffee are always consumed with another product. Now this product could be moong pakoda, it could be bun maska, masala sandwich, or even margarita pizza. And this is where, ladies and gentlemen, Chai Sutta Bar's strategic menu engineering comes in. To tell you about it, no matter which restaurant you go to, their menu is always strategically divided into 4 product categories based on cost and profit. And they are low cost, low profit products, high cost, low profit products, high cost, high profit products, and low cost, high profit products. And more often than not, the menu is designed in such a way that you will always order a low cost, low profit product with either a high cost, high profit product or a low cost, high profit product. Now let me break this down in simple terms. In case of Chai Sutta Bar, if you look at their menu, in low cost, low profit segment, they have products like tea. In low cost, high profit segment, they've got coffee, mojito and Maggi. In high cost, high profit segment, they've got baked cheese pasta. And in the high cost, low profit segment, they've got pizzas and burgers. Now, if you see this very closely, the low profit products are always a great hook that attract the customers, and the high profit products are always the upsell that end up giving the gross margins to the company. And together, they form something called combos. And here's where the company actually makes a profit. So let's do some math for 3 of the most popular combos that Chai Sutta Bar sells and understand how their menu engineering helps Chai Sutta Bar increase their profits. The first popular combo is chai plus pakoda. So if you see, chai costs 15 rupees and has a gross margin of 7.78 rupees, whereas pakoda costs 60 rupees and has a gross margin of 31.2 rupees. So in total, if we round this off, it comes down to 8 rupees plus 31 rupees, which is 39 rupees. Now the combo price listed is 70 rupees and their individual selling price is 75 rupees. So if they sell the combo, their total profit is still 39 minus 5 rupees, which is 34 rupees. So do you see, if the customer just bought tea, he would deliver a gross margin of 7.78 rupees. But just because of the pakoda, now he is delivering a gross margin of 4x to the company. Similarly, the second combo that they have is white sauce pasta plus iced tea. Here, pasta costs 135 rupees and has a gross profit margin of 57 rupees. And iced tea costs 80 rupees and has a gross profit margin of 47 rupees. So in total, they earn 104 rupees as profit. Now the combo price listed over here is 199 rupees and the individual selling price is 215 rupees. So their profit is still 104 minus 16, which is 88 rupees. Again, if you see, had it just been iced tea, the gross profit would be 47 rupees. But now, because of the upsell of pasta, the gross margin from the same customer has shot up to 88 rupees. Similarly, they have the third combo of coffee plus fries plus sandwich. Here's where cold coffee costs 70 rupees and has a gross margin of 39 rupees. French fries cost 70 rupees and has a margin of 37 rupees. And sandwich costs 80 rupees and has a margin of 48 rupees. So this in total makes a gross profit of 124 rupees. Now the combo price listed is 195 rupees and their individual selling price is 220 rupees. That's a difference of 25 rupees. So the total profit is still 124 minus 25, which is 99 rupees. So just like this, they've got many more combos, and each of these combos has a hook product that is then combined with an upsell product to make a high profit combo unit. And now, considering the combos, if you do the math of gross margins, you will see a drastic difference in the numbers. So earlier, we did a 1000 cup bath with 8 rupees gross profit per customer, right? But now, even with a footfall of just 300 people a day, if Chai Sutta Bar achieves an average gross margin of 50 rupees per customer, you will see that Chai Sutta Bar would make 300 into 50, which is 15,000 rupees a day and 4.5 lakh rupees a month. And now, even if you take out 2 lakhs in expenses, the store would still make a profit of 2.5 lakh rupees per month. So even with 3 times less footfall, because of the upsell, they can make 2.5x more profit than just selling chai to 1,000 people. This is how, by strategically choosing the products in their menu, Chai Sutta Bar has boosted its profit margins with each sale that they made. Now the question over here is, this is just for one store, right? But if you look at the growth of their store numbers, they've gone from 3 in 2016 to 27 in 2018 to 65 in 2019 to 88 in 2020 to around 200 in 2021 and then to 400 in 2022. So in spite of being a bootstrap company, how did they manage to scale so fast? Well, this is where their third business strategy comes in, which is their special type of franchise model. People, there are 4 primary types of franchise model that you need to know. So let's quickly get a glance over them and then we'll move on to Chai Sutta Bar's franchise model. In this category, number 1, we have franchise-owned, franchise-operated model. Number 2, we have company-owned, company-operated model. Number 3, we have franchise-owned, company-operated model. And lastly, we have company-owned, franchise-operated model. And if you look at Chai Sutta Bar, they follow the franchise-owned, franchise-operated model. And here's how it works out. Let's say you want to apply to open up a Chai Sutta Bar franchise. If the company thinks you have the business acumen to run the franchise, here's how the economics will work out. The initial setting up cost of the franchise is around 16 lakh rupees, and this includes both the fixed franchise cost of 6 lakh rupees and the setting up cost of 10 lakh rupees. So the Chai Sutta Bar team takes care of everything, starting from setting up the machinery to your interior to lighting to everything. It also takes care of the supply chain and provides dry ingredients like chai patti and even a steady supply of coolers every 2 months. On top of that, they also set up arrangements with local vendors for perishable items. So from a business perspective, Chai Sutta Bar earns 6 lakhs in franchise costs and 10 lakhs goes into setup. And when they supply raw materials, they make another 9 to 12% margin on the raw material supply. If this is very clear to you, now let's go deep into this franchise economics. In this case, a fixed cost of 16 lakhs is borne by the franchise owner. This way, Chai Sutta Bar doesn't need cash to scale. At the same time, because the franchise owner herself is investing a huge amount, they are driven to grow their business. And further to this investment, it takes about 14.2 months on an average for the owner to actually break even. So after making an initial investment of 16 lakhs, with the profits that the store generates, it takes only 14.2 months to recover the investment. So after this cash flow is established, here's how the economics works out by which Chai Sutta Bar is scaling its company. The monthly average sales value of Chai Sutta Bar's store is 5.75 lakh rupees for a single store. In this, monthly operating costs for the store include milk, tea leaves and other ingredients. These cost around 2.75 lakh rupees. And the gross profit is 3 lakh rupees. Then out of this gross profit, on average, salaries cost 50,000 rupees, rent costs 50,000 rupees, fixed transport costs 25,000 rupees, electricity costs 12,500 rupees, consumables and maintenance, which includes cutlery, napkins and menu, cost 15,000 rupees, and other miscellaneous expenses cost 12,000 rupees. Finally, the royalty of the company from the franchise is 4% of the total revenue. So if the revenue is 5.75 lakh rupees, the royalty will be 4% of 5.75 lakhs, which is 23,000 rupees. So from the gross profit, if we take out these expenses, which total up to 1,87,500 rupees, the average net profit of the store comes to 1,12,500 rupees. So the net profit margin of the store on an average is around 19.5%. So after 14.2 months, the franchise owner will have recovered his entire investment, and after that, they will start earning 1.125 lakh rupees per month in profit. So this way, with the average values, Chai Sutta Bar makes 23,000 rupees in royalties and they make around 15 to 20,000 rupees with raw material margins. And the owner of the store himself makes 1.125 lakh rupees per month. So this way, if you see, Chai Sutta Bar is passing on their margins to the franchise owner so that they can optimize for scale and empower small-scale entrepreneurs. This is how Chai Sutta Bar has scaled its franchise business to 485 stores all across India. And as of January 2023, a total of 209 stores were profitable, 276 are new stores that are now approaching break-even, and only 19 had to shut down in the past 5 years. Now the question over here is, does this mean that Chai Sutta Bar can scale infinitely without any hassle? Well, whenever someone tells you this, always remember, nothing can scale infinitely without risk. And every time a company scales, the scale by itself comes with risks. So the question over here is, what are these risks that Chai Sutta Bar is facing and how does the company actually mitigate it? Well, the first risk that we have is the risk of labor. In this case, the labor that Chai Sutta Bar recruits or the store manager recruits, they're usually untrained and they're prone to leave the company impromptu. And this could create a spontaneous labor crisis at the store. So Chai Sutta Bar trains every person employed at the store. So people keep on coming and the company keeps on training them. So with scale, this hassle will keep on increasing. The second risk is the risk of the store not doing good business. So when this happens, it becomes the responsibility of both the brand and the store owner to actually deal with the situation. So to avoid this risk, CSB deals with all the challenges in multiple ways. Firstly, they only open up a store after doing a thorough R&D about the locality, the pricing, the footfall possibility and the high traffic sources nearby. So they typically open near colleges so that they can attract large crowds of youngsters. Secondly, to avoid the supply chain losses, they provide non-perishable items like kullad and the tea leaves to all the franchise owners. This helps the business owners with steady supply, and CSB is able to lower the cost due to economies of scale. On top of that, they also partner with the locality vendors for their business partners so that they can serve as a backup for the stores. Thirdly, a large risk that they face is the constant increase of rent. So usually if you see, Chai Sutta Bar takes these stores on rent, and this rental agreement is a 11-month deal. But at the end of the term, the landlords might actually start asking for more rent. Why? Because now they know that the store is doing very well and they know that the business owner has invested very heavily into the business. So using this as leverage, they increase the rent. This way the entire unit economics gets shaken and the profits get reduced. And since these locations are decided on the basis of thorough R&D, changing a store location due to more rent is not an option for them. In fact, while I was interviewing Anubhav for the case study, he told me something very fascinating. Turns out, a Chai Sutta Bar store generates such high footfall that it can increase the cost of real estate in that particular building itself. For example, at Mira Road East in Mumbai, the rent of a store that they rented was 35,000 rupees in 2019. But due to the increase in footfall, the rental price of the same size store right beside their store shot up to 70,000 rupees in a single year. That's a 100% rental increase in just 1 year. So if you see, when a store starts generating so much traffic, it is very difficult to change the store location. And this brings us to the last risk, and that is the risk of long shutdowns like COVID. During this time, the entire inventory of perishable products goes down the drain, pressure from landlords is very high, and there is zero footfall due to restrictions. And in conditions like these, what Chai Sutta Bar does is, they negotiate on behalf of the franchisees, they pay a part of the franchise rentals, and they completely sacrifice their margins. And the fun fact is that because of their relentless support, out of the 200 stores, not a single Chai Sutta Bar store shut down during COVID. The best part is that they did not fire a single employee and guaranteed them with job security once they returned to work. And now, Chai Sutta Bar has even sold franchises in UK, Canada and even Dubai. This is how, by understanding the superpower of chai in India, by using menu engineering to increase the margins, by choosing a tricky franchise model for their scale, and most importantly, by mitigating the risk at each step, Chai Sutta Bar today stands as a new age F&B giant with more than 400 stores all across the country. And this brings us to the last part of the episode, and that are the business lessons that we need to learn from this case study. Lesson number 1. Unit economics is the most important variable that every entrepreneur must know. In this case, Chai Sutta Bar's success is rooted in their deep understanding of the unit economics of their business. They knew the cost of each ingredient that went into their chai and all other products. And because of this understanding, they price their products in such a way that it ensured them healthy gross margins. This understanding allowed them to maintain profitability even in the face of rising costs. So the lesson here is that the understanding of the unit economics of your business is very, very crucial for maintaining profitability and making informed decisions about pricing and cost management. Lesson number 2. Learn to leverage the power of complementary products if you are running a store model. In this case, one of the key strategies that Chai Sutta Bar used was to increase their profit margins by pairing their low-cost, low-profit products with high-profit items on their menu. This strategy not only increased their average transaction value, but also enhanced the customer experience by offering them a complete meal. This shows the importance of understanding the customer behavior and strategically designing a product offering to maximize your profits. And last and most importantly, always learn to mitigate risks proactively. In this case, Chai Sutta Bar's success also lies in their proactive risk mitigation strategy. They conducted thorough research before opening new stores, they partnered with local vendors to ensure a steady supply of ingredients, and even negotiated with the landlords on behalf of the franchisees. In fact, even during COVID, they supported their franchisees by paying part of their rents and even sacrificed their margins. This shows the importance of anticipating a potential risk and having the strategies in place to manage them, and most importantly, the guts to sacrifice your margins so that you can maintain long-term relationship with your partners. This is how, ladies and gentlemen, Chai Sutta Bar built a $1 million business by understanding the economics of chai in India. And I just hope you learned something valuable from this case study. That's all from my side for today, guys. If you learned something valuable, please make sure to hit the like button in order to make YouTube Baba happy. And for more such insightful business and political case studies, please subscribe to our channel. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.